Let me ask just one other question, the time I have left. There's some, and I'm curious to know your thoughts on this and whether or not you've had any consultation with the Labor Secretary on this, but as you perhaps know, there are some new regulations that have been proposed by the Department of Labor that apply to young people working on farms and agricultural operations, which would be very restrictive in terms of what young people can do, limiting them to working at levels, anything over 6 feet would be prohibited, which would eliminate a lot of farm activity. Working with farm animals that are older than 6 months old, you know, working around grain elevators, stockyards, those sorts of things, certain types of equipment. And they have said that they're going to modify this. We don't think they've modified it enough. They're going to modify, evidently, the definition of farm. But there are still a lot of areas that would impact profoundly the way that farm operations function, particularly with regard to how young people contribute to the success of those operations. And I'm curious if you have conveyed concerns on the part of the agriculture community and department to the Department of Labor about these proposed regulations. It's insane to people in farm country.
Senator, I think one of the reasons why a portion is going to be reprogrammed and the rest of the rules being looked at is because we worked well with the Department of Labor. I actually personally talked to Secretary Solis about this issue. So rest assured that we've been engaged in it, we'll continue to be engaged in it. You know, I think all of us care about child safety, as we should, and all of us recognize that there are certain circumstances and situations in a sophisticated farming operation, and as sophisticated as agriculture is generally, that pose unusual risks. So we obviously want to deal with those. At the same time, what I explained to Secretary Solis and others in the Labor Department was that this is not just about safety, it's also about a value system. That in many farm families, the value of hard work, the importance of hard work, and the responsibility associated with pulling your weight and doing your share of the chores, that these lessons are taught in the very chores that they were discussing in this rule, and that they needed to be sensitive to the fact that this value system could be threatened by too restrictive a set of categories. And I think to their credit, they listened, and they now recognize that they've got a lot of work to do on this particular proposal, and we'll continue to work with them.
I hope you'll stay engaged with it. We really need a voice of reason on this, so thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.